Hello, hello everyone. Happy Friday. It's time for Facebook Friday, our weekly Facebook Live. My name is Darlene and my blog is blog, Facebook group, all that kind of stuff. DarleneStampinSpot.com. Hi, Susan. We're trying it. Susan was helping me just a few minutes ago test to see if I have fixed my problemo that I have been having with sound. So, my friend, if you could just kind of let me know that it sounds okay, and I am going to share the video. And if you would like to share the video to your page, I sure would appreciate that. That is how I get new people watching us, and yeah, and new customers and new class attendees and all that fun stuff. So, as always, if you want to stay up to date and be in the know, seem to sign up for my email list, and I always put that in the description. Right now, the June host code is up because it's actually going to be open until Monday, and then I'll close it out and give y'all the July host code. But I have some orders pending on that host code, so I can leave it open until Monday. So that is in the description. It's also on the right hand column on my blog, DarleneStampinSpot.com. So share and more options. Share to a group. So weird how Facebook does this now. All right, and pardon my reach. I always just kind of type "we are live." There we go. And my caps lock was on. So everything but the W. Hang on, sorry. It's quicker to type with two hands. Okay, so let me post that, and then let me come back over here to my other screen. Fingers crossed that it's working and I can see you guys. So, oh great, Susan, thank you so much. So hopefully that will fix your problem as well, because I know you use the same software I do. So, yeah, sometimes things just need to be uninstalled and then reinstalled if it's not working. So, yeah. I do want to tell you quickly just a couple of things. This is the red, white, and blue Star Spangled Banner kit, home decor kit. Doesn't necessarily have to be for 4th of July. I mean, I know that is on Sunday. So, but this is something that I could probably hang up and use as decor all the time. My sister's whole house is pretty much decorated red, white, and blue with Texas and you know, the wooden rustic. I mean, this would go perfect in her house. Maybe I'll have to send it to her. Anyway, so I have 4 kits left. So let me just kind of try to pull out one side. Let's see if that works. So there's banners, and then there's triangles, and you get all of these wonderful chipboard pieces. All of the paper is cut exactly, even the bannered end here. Hi, Melinda. Thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate you coming back. So we've embossed it. We've cut it. The only thing you have to do is punch your holes. All of the pieces are die cut. You have the exact measurement of this that goes on this particular one. And then, of course, we have stars and more flags, and then more stars, triangles, and then of course this is the center of it. So I'm trying to untangle it. There is no way that I can see it. Hello, my Terry Lynn is here. Hello, hello, lady. So this is a kit to go. So it includes everything that you need. And there is no stamping involved. So this is great for someone who doesn't have a whole lot of stamps, or maybe you just started paper crafting, so you're just starting to build. You're gonna need I like to use our liquid glue, but you could use a tape runner. You do need something a little stronger than what our like what our snail used to be. but I just happen to prefer the liquid glue. So you'll need scissors and like ribbon scissors, and you do have to cut out this blue star. I give you a 6x6 piece, and then you just trace it and cut it. But the thread is in there. These letters are up on dimensional so that they stand up off of you know, the project. It's the Focus, the USA. Anyway, I have 4 of these kits left, and they are, oh crumbs, it's $30. I'm like, oh my god, I just forgot. It's $30 for the entire kit, plus you get a little bit of product. And I'm able to keep the cost low because you don't get like an entire pack of paper or an entire bolt of ribbon. I get to pick and choose and kind of give you a little bit of a few different things. And that is based on some feedback that you guys have shared with me. So I always appreciate it when you kind of let me know what's going on and what you think. And so yeah. Hi Jeanette, welcome. So Terry Lynn, I love you to pieces, and I cannot wait to see you. I mean, I am just beyond excited. Anyway, 4 kits. You can message me here on Facebook for the link to register. It's $30, $8 shipping if you are not local and can't pick up. I'm in San Antonio. So it's $8 shipped. You also get a picture kind of tutorial. But you also get a video. Now the video took about an hour and a half or so-ish. It might even be an hour and 45 minutes. However, that being said, I am chatting a lot. So there's some things that you might, you might be able to just look at the pictures and kind of, just make it from there. And maybe you don't need to watch the whole video. So you can fast forward or rewind or, whatever you need. So you get the entire kit with all of the pieces cut, die cut, embossed, punched, ribbon cut. You get some of this paper, the video, the picture tutorial. Yeah, 4 kits left. Message me here on Facebook if you're interested in this. So here's that. And then the other thing, one thing else that's going on in the Stampin' Up! World. Hi, Zelda. Girl, I haven't seen you in forever. I hope you are well. Yesterday started our designer series paper sale. So there's 9 packs of paper in the annual catalog, which is the only catalog we have at the moment. There's 9 packs of paper from that catalog that are 15% off. So they're all $9.78. This is the only 6x6 pack or stack. The Christmas paper is the only one that's 6x6. Everything else is 12 by 12, and they're all discounted to $9.78 except for the In Good Taste paper. This is a mega pack of paper, and it's got, I can't remember how many sheets is in there. I want to say it's 48 12 by 12 sheets. Don't quote me on that, but it is a bigger pack of paper than the rest of them. But it is on sale for $17.85. Hi, Gail. I'm so happy to see you. And so, yeah. So if you were going to pick that up for $17.85, that's great, right? If you're a demonstrator, you get to take off an additional 20% or even 25%, depending on what your title is. So if you're interested in getting a discount on a discount, let me know. Okay, now you also can include these paper packs at the sale price in your starter kit. So you get to pick whatever you want up to $125. So you could really, really stock up on some paper. Grab some cardstock and some envelopes and a package of basic white, and you are good to go. So that is happening all month long through August 2nd. Okay, then August 3rd is when our July to December 2021 mini catalog begins. However, it is delayed because of COVID to August 3rd. Anyway, if you have any questions about that or how to put these in your starter kit, let me know. let's see. Right now, my team is all in the great state of Texas. Some are here local, some live on the outskirts, and I have one team member that is about 2 hours away. But we do a lot of things on Zoom, and we have a private Facebook page, and so much fun. And I have a very active team leader, and so you would be included in her team as part of the Southern Sweet Stampers. So you could be a Lone Star Chick and a Southern Sweet Stamper. Gail, I am so happy that you are here. So we're going to make a quick treat holder, and I had to message my buddy Terry Lynn because she asked me for the project that I'm going to make. She asked me quite a while ago, and it's been on my mind, and I thought, you know what, today's the day. Even though it's the designer series paper sale, I did change it up, so I am using a little bitty piece of designer paper. It's not much. But yeah, but it's super cute. So we're using the puffins, of course. I love the puffins. Now, let me just bring in... All right, so we have polished pink, and this is 2 7/8 by 8 1/4. Okay, so it's 8 1/4 this way, it's 2 7/8 this way. There's a little bit of scoring that we need to do, and we're going to do that together, okay? So let me pull this sheet off because I forgot. And let's just go ahead and score it now. So we're using a lot of punches today. I realize that not everybody has a die cutting machine, whether it's our cut and emboss or a different one. I mean, I realize that not everybody has one. And so another request was for me to make a 3D project without any dies. So this is kind of a twofer. So again, this is 2 7/8 by 8 1/4, and I didn't quite have enough time to get the measurements put up in the description, but I will after the video. So along the short side, if you ever get one of my tutorials, I'll tell you SS or LS. So short side, long side. Yeah. Okay, so 1/2 inch, and then you're going to rotate it around and do 1/2 inch again. All right, and then on this side, we're going to score at 3 1/8, 3 5/8, 6 3/4. Oh, my paper slid up. 6 3/4 and 7 1/4. Sorry, part of that was out of camera. So this way, I went over here to the 1/2 inch, and then rotated it. We did 1/2 inch, and then we came up here and did 3 1/8, 3 5/8, 6 3/4, and 7 1/4. Okay, and that's it. So there's just a little bit of a little bit of scoring and a little bit of folding. I like to fold. Now this is the top of the paper. This is where I did my scores, and that is what you are supposed to go down. So you're making the valley because it's pushed in to a mountain, right? However, I like to score my card, or I like to fold it backwards first, just in case there is any cracking of the paper. And this is just a habit that I can't seem to stop doing because of using other papers, but Stampin' Up! Has the best paper. Oh my gosh. Sometimes it'll crack, but it's typically with like our thick paper. You have to really work it backwards and forwards so that you don't get that cracking. But if you do, it's on the inside, so nobody will see it. So right now I'm just folding the correct way on all of these and giving them a very nice burnish with my bone folder. Bone folder is very important, especially when you're doing 3D work. Okay, so let's bring in, let me grab my paper snips, and we're going to start down here. This shorter section up here, this is your top. So we're going to start right down here. This is actually the bottom of the box. This is the front, okay? So, and I will take a picture of the template and I will load it up for you guys, okay? So we're just going to cut straight up right on either side of that score line, and then we're going to like almost like debulk. We're just going to take a little bit off. Miter, debulk, I mean, whatever you want to call it. We just need to get rid of some of that paper so it'll fold up nicely. Now, I had a little bit of a stubborn piece right there that does not want to come off, but I'm going to show it who's boss. There we go. My snips will win in the end. Okay, then we're actually going to go to the other side and mirror what we just did here. So up. Make sure you go all the way to the end with your snips. They're sharp and cut all the way to the end. And I think that that's what my problem was over there. I hadn't quite got it all the way up. There we go. Sometimes they just fall right off, but most of the time you just pull them. But you want to pull to the inside, because if you accidentally tear your cardstock, it's on the inside. Nobody's going to see it. So, okay, now with this side over here, we need to prepare our top. So what we're going to do is come down to the second score line. Okay, second score line. Then you're going to cut off at the first score line, just like that. And so now we've made our tab, just like we did over there. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut out that score and then give this a little trim, just like that. So you have this tab going this way, and this tab is going that way. That's why I didn't do them at the same time, because I wanted you to be able to see the mirror image, so you didn't get confused. All right, so let's do that again. We'll cut down to the second, and we're going to cut off at the first, and then we're going to give it a little trim. So super simple box. Not a whole lot of cutting. The decorating is what's cute, right? That's always the cute part, where we get to stamp. Let me get this out of the way. Now, I already told you we're using a lot of punches today, so let's go ahead and finish where we are. Let's go ahead and stamp so that our little puffin can be drying. Now, I did choose to use my Stamparatus for this because I want him to be really solid and black, and sometimes it takes a little bit, or a couple times stamping, in order to get it as dark as I wanted. So the easy way to do that is to use your Stamparatus. So I already have this lined up, and I'm going to bring over, oh, here it is. I'm like, where did my ink pad go? Okay, I'm bringing in Memento, because we're going to do just a smidge bit of coloring on our puffin. So I'm going to ink him up, and then I have just this little kind of tool that helps me, because I have issues with my hands a lot of times, and shoulders, and I have a lot of issues. But anyway, sometimes I can't push like you kind of need to with this, and you also don't want to over push it down, because it'll start to it'll change the shape of the image if you push down too hard. Okay, so I think if we go one more time, because I want the little flaps in the front to be pretty solid, so I'm just going to kind of, I can do it with my hand today. I just can't do it real hard. So there we go. So see, nice and black, and he's not smushed. He didn't change it. He didn't change shapes. So we're going to pull this, if I can lift it up. Come on. There we go. We're going to let that dry for a minute. And I'm going to put this away. And we're done with this. Okay, so that's drying. So let's go ahead and put this designer paper on. So this is part of the Pansy Petals. Yeah, Pansy Petals. And this is just a little piece from that set that matched my little treat that's going in there. And this is cut to 1 3/4 by 3. So it's an itty bitty piece, but I'm making a project that uses the paper that is on sale. You'll see more of it, but for today, this is what I could figure out, because I was going a completely different way, and then I went, oh shoot, that paper's on sale, not on sale. So I wanted to use something that was on sale. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal today just because it's really, it's working for me right now. So let's get this on and we'll get to punching. That glue is low, and my liquid glue is low, and I was fighting with it, and I was like, ugh. And then I forgot to get a refill, and so there we go. Okay, so now we have that. Now, this is going to fold up like this. Tabs go up. There we go. And then this is going to become our little treat holder. And, oh, I didn't even show you. This is what we're making. Look how cute this is. I think it's cute. I hope you guys think it's cute. But Terry Lynn had asked for a tutorial for these little packs of gum. So, this is where my inspiration came from. So, yeah. So, I got the little 4-pack of, this happens to be the classic bubble because I thought it looked like polished pink, and I love polished pink, so I picked this up. So I can make 2 of these treats out of 1 pack, so for 50 cents. Oh my goodness, this one's like stuck in there. Hang on. Hold please. Well, let me try it this way. Wow. That's really stuck in there. Can't even get it out. Good Lord. Anyway, now my gum is all, well, he's not really smushed, but sorry if you get one of these and your gum is smushed. Okay, but before we put it together, we're going to do a couple of things. So, I want to round my corners because of the fact that it does tuck. You do see the instead of this going in previously like I have made some of them, I thought this one would be fun to just do the tuck just like that. Now you can just take this one and tuck it in. It goes right in there. It's a little longer than I would probably do if I was going to tuck it, but that's what I came up with, so I hope you like that. Right, so let's go to Detailed Trio Punch. We've got a ribbon hole, a corner rounder, and a decorative little corner. We're going to use a corner rounder. So I'm going to have to kind of fold my piece in right here, and I want to round these corners. So I'm just going to push that in and make sure, I'm making sure that I'm lined up with this guide here, but also with this guide here. And so this goes back into that corner right there, and get you a perfect rounded corner every time, as long as you have it in there all the way. And then all you do is just punch right down in the middle. You don't have to, you know, punch that side or punch that side. You just punch right down in the middle, okay? So there's that one. And then I'm going to take this and come from the other side and do the same thing. So I'm getting my paper in, butted up against those guides, and it won't go any further, so I have it all the way back, and I'm just going to punch. Just like that. And look how pretty that rounded corner is. So now when it goes to tuck, it's got a nice pretty corner and not that harsh edge. Okay, so there's our first punch. And second punch before we can put this together. This needs the little thumb notch, okay? You know, so it's easy to get the, you know, the treat out. However, I would always use a 1/2-inch circle punch, but that being said, we don't have one anymore. So I came up with alternate solution. I think I have showed you this before, but I also have, yeah. So I took a piece of just copy paper, and I made it out to be the same width here. This width is 1 7/8, and then I just folded it in half because I'm pretty particular about, you know, things lining up. So make yourself a little template right there, and then what we're going to do is stick it in the everyday label punch, but we're going to stop. Our edge of the cardstock is going to be right under that. So let me show you. I'm going to kind of stick that in, and then I'm going to pull it backwards where my cardstock is behind. I don't have it in the punch like that. I'm pulling it back to where I'm just getting that tab, and of course trying to line up with my template. And oops, well, that didn't work. Hang on. It's hard to hold the punch and punch the punch for me. So, oops, come on, darling. So I'm pulling it back. I've only got that little tab. Oh, yeah. When I'm making these in bulk, I'm using a 1/2 inch circle punch. So my trick to you is get a 1/2 inch circle punch. Unfortunately, we don't sell them anymore. Maybe we will again at some point, but a punch is one of those items that it's like you buy it and then you never have to buy it again, right? It's not a consumable. It's a tool, and unless it breaks, you know, you're not going to need to buy another one. I need to take a sip of water. Quite a big sip of water. I am on some new medication to help me sleep, because one of the medicines that I'm on that really, really, really works, one of the side effects is insomnia. And boy, do I have it. So, but on the other side of that, they both have like dry mouth that causes, it's like you have cotton mouth. I don't know what there's a term for it. I don't know what it is at the moment. I can't think of it. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to stick with my, what is this? Stampin' Seal. Jeez Louise. And we're going to go on the inside. So when your runner is not producing any tape, all you need to do is on your silicone mat is just give it a little advance. And it doesn't waste your tape. It doesn't pull any out. It just gets that wheel to advance so that the adhesive will come out again. And you want to get your edges, especially on these big tabs. And then if you have any left over, you just fold it over onto itself. I got a little, it didn't break right there. So you can also use your liquid glue. Okay, so then what I like to do is put it down straight up. And I'm going to bring up, oh, thank you. I'm glad you like that, Zelda. Zelda says it's adorable. Okay, so that way I can get a perfect square. Because remember, we mitered that corner so it's not square anymore. But we want to keep it square. So there we go. Just take your time with that part. And then this just comes up and these fold down. And it should reach, if I did it right there to the back. There we go. And then I come in here and give it a little burnish just to kind of make sure that all that adhesive has made contact. Okay, so then there is our little pouch. And like I said, you could even put designer series paper on here. If you wanted to fold differently, if you wanted to close differently, let me know and I can figure out, you know, maybe a different way. Okay, so we have our puffin, and we have, okay, so we're also going to use that punch for what that punch is intended for, which is this label shape here. And I tried to add a sentiment to the front, but there's just no room. And then I kind of figured I'm going to be hand delivering these, so they know who it's from. Thank you, Gail. Oh, Terry, thank you. Okay, so now we've used the everyday label punch. We've used the detailed trio punch. I'm going to bring in the pick a banner punch and a, where's my card? Here it is. I've got a 1/2 inch by 2 3/8 inch piece of fresh freesia, and so I'm going to open my punch up, and this does 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch. And if you'll cut it just a smidge smaller, it fits right in there perfectly. So I'm going to slide that all the way to the back because I want this banner shape here, and punch it, and then I'm going to turn it around, and make sure it goes all the way to the back. And you can flip this over to make sure, you know, like right there, I'm crooked. I find that I don't do very well when I do it this way. So, well, we'll try it and see what happens. Okay, and there we go. So now we have the pick a banner punch. Now you can also use your scissors for that one. So, and you can also, you know, maybe use something else to round your corners. But this is a great shape, and it's really versatile. Okay, so we've got these so far. And now I'm going to bring in the, oh, I'm so glad I put the name on it, the Essential Tag Punch, okay? That is going to be for our puffin, but let's color our puffin really quickly. I'm going to take I've got dark pale papaya, and I'm going to cover this part and his little stinking cute feet. And then I'm going to take what is this? Light polished pink, and just do this area right here just to give it a little bit. And in my world, puffins have pink and orange beaks. All right, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick it down in here, and what I'm doing is I'm going to center it. But we're also going to modify the bottom. So I'm going to do it about like that. And let's see. Yeah, so I mean, it's almost the exact size, okay? But then I'm going to take it, and this is the tricky part, and we'll see if it'll work on camera, because it was giving me struggles before. But you just stick it in, because I want this shape again. So I'm just going to take my piece and stick it in. And if you're having a lot of trouble, like, you know, that's not really working for me, do it from the front. And then don't pull it all the way out, because then you'll be in the same boat you were. It won't go back in. So that looks to me, well, that looks good to me. I'm okay with that. Okay, and so then I should be able to just punch it. Okay, just like that. So we're kind of getting double duty out of, well, I'm going to have to clean that out. It wouldn't fall out. Making your punches work for you and figuring out different way, you know, to stretch them, to use them for different things. And I should have taken this mat off too, sorry. So there is our altered little puffin. I almost said penguin. Now, you can just layer this just like this, and I didn't happen to care for it, but I don't know, you guys tell me. Now this I did not get completely straight, so I'm just going to come back in with my snips and kind of follow that line. Now if I tried to do that on my own, it would never have turned out. Oh, hey Barb. Oh, I hate it when work gets in the way. Crumbs. Okay, so this can go like this. And it's a little larger than the pale papaya. But let's see what you guys like. Do you like the fuller tag? Because it'll go like this. And I probably should have made the fresh freesia a little longer. There we go. So it'll kind of be like that. Or this one, I went ahead and trimmed the sides, and that way you can see more of the pale papaya. So I don't know, which one do you guys like? The one that's trimmed or not? So I'm just going to leave that out there. All I'm going to do is put my gum in my little box while you guys are weighing in on which one you want me to do. And then I'm going to take some of the crinkled seam binding ribbon, and I have to do it this time. I have to do it upside down. So I'm just tying it around the box like this, like on the top. And so this one I have to do upside down. I don't know why. I don't know what the deal is with that, but it works when you do it upside down. Okay, so Zelda says trimmed. Barbara likes the one that's trimmed. Let's see. Gail likes it trimmed. Okay, perfect. All right, so we'll trim it. I'll show you how I did that. And I still need to clean up that bottom edge because it didn't get... Oh, come on. Fingers. Okay, work. All right. Okay, so then I'm going to just bring it up and add a little bow. I thought that the open weave ribbon that we have that's in these in colors, it was a little too big. It was bulky. It like just completely took over the project. So that's why I thought, well, I'll just put this little Whisper White cutie on there, and it doesn't, the person doesn't have to take it apart to get to their treat. Okay, and then I make this bigger, and it's not as tight as I would want, but I'm going to leave it alone, and I will retie it later. You guys know I will. Come on. I just want to make sure that it's, yeah. Okay, so we'll tie that better later. And then, so let me get all these punches out of the way, because now we're done with all the punching. I'm going to take my trimmer. And what I figured out was that the width of this is 1.5. So I wanted my puffin to be 1.25 because that is kind of, I like that layering. And so this one is 1 5/8. So all I did, well, first of all, let me straighten this up. There we go. So now that's flush. All I did, I'll try to get you to be able to see this, and let me bring in a pokey tool. So I'm going to come over here on the right side of my tab. This is the groove where the blade goes. This is where your paper gets cut, whatever's in here, okay? So I'm going to make sure that I'm straight with that end right here, and then I'm going to take it and run it over. The first measurement right here is the 1/8 inch, okay? So it's it's hard for me to kind of see where, yeah, so all I did was line it up, and I took 1/8 of an inch off either side. You, of course, if you are not as particular as I am, can just do it with scissors, and it would be fine, I'm sure. However, I just proved to you that I can't even cut a straight line with a pair of scissors. So there we go. And that is the perfect width. So it ended up being 1 1/8. And I'm guessing that you could probably cut it to 1 1/8 to begin with, and you would probably have an easier time threading it back through in that punch. So maybe try that, is cutting this to 1 1/8 instead of just using a scrap. There, I think that's going to be cute. Okay, now, however, this needs to be a little longer, I think. Let's see. Well, no, because I trimmed it down, so now it's the same. Okay, never mind. Oh, don't mind me. I was late today and didn't even know it. Susan was leaving yesterday. She was over here helping me and packed up all of my retreat project for my class. I'm teaching at retreat. And she was leaving and she was like, okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow at 3. And I was like, what's tomorrow at 3? And she goes, well, that's when you do your Facebook Live. And I was like, oh, jeez Louise. Oh, my gosh. I couldn't even. Ugh. So funny. Okay. So then what I want to do, because I put this not quite centered, this is where I want it to go. So I'm going to put the dimensionals there and just peel those two off so I can pick up my label. So I'm going to put this straight on my grid paper. Use that grid paper, you guys. It's a very helpful tool. And if you're not making videos, that one pack is going to last you quite a while. So I'm centering my puffin and making sure he's straight. I'm just going to pick up that banner. And you guys know that I take pride in my projects, and I'm pretty particular. about, you know, where things are placed. So now I know I can put my overkill with dimensionals here, peel off all of those backings, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of seal right there, and we're going to put this, I'm going to center it just like that. Use your centering ruler, and then that got a little, there we go, a little jagged edge, and then so this is just going to go, sorry if you get in my head, my hair's clean, there we go, okay. All right, well, I think the comments have either stopped scrolling, or you guys have fallen asleep, or you're just watching. Okay, so now for this to be the little tuck, for the tuck feature to work, I need to put adhesive about starting right here. And I'm going to put a lot because I want this to stay in place. I don't want it to move because it's what's going to keep that flap folded closed. So, overkill with the adhesive. I went up a little too high over there, so I'll make it the same. And I'm going to close this pretty tightly. I am having a heck of a time in... oh, thank you, Zelda. You know, sometimes it's really weird. I'm like, are there people here? Or am I just talking to myself? Or, yeah. So thank you that you're watching. I appreciate that. All right, so really quickly before I kind of smush that down, I just wanted to make sure that I'm not gluing my top shut. So now I can come in here and really push down on that bottom part where that adhesive is. And then we'll put our gum back in. I'm going to fix the bow later. This little tab tucks right there. Thinking I probably should have put designer paper on there. And then I have, let me put that away before I lose it. I have our 2021 to 2023 in color jewels. And I'm going to, I only have large ones left in this pack. And I am not letting myself open another pack until I have used all of these. So it looks like I need to really use some evening evergreen. Yeah. There we go. Okay. There it is. So what do you guys think? I hope you love it. Terry Lynn, I hope this gives you some ideas. At least it gives you the basics of the box, and then you can obviously decorate it however you want. So that is the project for today. Thank you guys. Oh, I'm so glad. Yay. Thank you. All right, so I will get the measurements and post them in the description of the video, as well as to be able to join my email list so that you don't miss a class. And also on my email list, that you guys get to register for classes first, and I've got a class ready to post. So be looking for that probably over the weekend. Hey Robin, thanks so much for joining us. Oh, thank you, Barb. I appreciate that. Yeah. So it takes a few minutes, and then it'll send me a message that my video is ready to view. So, you know, give it a few minutes, maybe refresh your screen, go out, come back in. But it'll be available just soon after. And like I said, I'll put the measurements and the link to join my email list. I've got 4 of those USA Star Spangled Banner kits left. So you just need to message me that you're interested in that. And I showed that at the beginning of the video. So if you just kind of want to maybe watch the beginning. And then also our designer series paper sale that's happening now through August 2nd. So there's 9 packs of paper in here that are on 15% off. And you can add the discounted paper to a starter kit. So you get to pick $125 worth of merchandise that you can buy. So no host gifts. You can't buy host gifts with regular dollars. You have to have host rewards. But you get that starting at $150. So June host code is still active until Monday. So you can order off of that code. I know many of you have, and I'm so appreciative. That supports my family. And right now, me being able to go back and forth to hospital with dad, or over to mom's, or I'm picking up mom tomorrow, and then I'm going to bring her over so she can see dad, and we'll sit with him for a little bit. He's getting stronger every day, you guys. It's absolutely amazing. He's had some of the worst setbacks that you could even imagine. The man is 81 years old. He's been in the hospital for more than 6 months, and he's in the skilled nursing facility again. So very soon he's going to get released to rehab. And oh my gosh, I'm not even going to say fingers crossed. Give me y'all's prayers, please. If, however you do that, my parents, my family, all of the doctors that are taking care of my dad, the nurses, are just amazing. And we appreciate all the cards that you have been sending. My mom is just like, I don't even know who this is. Who is this? And so I'll go on Facebook and I'll pull up your profile picture and I'll tell her who you are. And so she's like, oh, well, that's so nice. It's, that they sent us this card. She doesn't remember or know why you sent the card. She just knows that it's beautiful. And yeah, so that's really special. And I'm very thankful for our community of stampers and paper crafters and card senders and messages and text messages and voicemails. They're just, you guys are amazing, and you keep me encouraged and focused and hopeful. And I just thank y'all so much. So I think that's it. That's all that I have for you. I hope that you have a wonderful and safe 4th of July weekend as we celebrate our Independence Day on Sunday. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.